dee da. Honey, honey, more honey, 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 honey, honey. Push me home so I cannot stop. Drink me up, don't you waste the drop. Let's do love like lunch for two. You serve me and I'll serve you. Tell me who you be, baby. Can you take me? I will take your hand to the milk and honey land. Tell me who you be, baby. Can you take me? I will take your hand to the milk and honey land. La dee da, la dee da, la dee da, la dee da. Honey, honey, more honey, 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 honey, honey. Ooh, ooh, honey, honey, ooh, honey, honey, give me honey, please, honey, honey, let me be your bee, honey, honey, ooh, ooh, honey, 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 honey.
So, I typed a text to a girl I used to see, saying that I chose this cutie pie with whom I want to be. And I apologize if this message gets you down. Then I CC'd every girl that I'd CC round town. And hate to see y'all frown, but I'd rather see her smiling. Wetness all around me, true, but I'm no island. Peninsula, maybe. Makes no sense, I know crazy. Give up all this pussycat that's in my lap, no looking back. Spaceships don't come equipped with rear view mirrors. They dip as quick as they can. The atmosphere is now ripped. I'm so like a pimp. I'm glad it's night. So the light from the sun would not burn me on my bum when I shoot the moon. High jump the broom like a preemie out the womb. My partner yelling too soon. Don't do it. Reconsider. Read some litter. Sure on the subject. You sure? Fuck it. You know we got your back like chiropractic. If that bitch do you dirty, we'll wipe her ass out as in detergent. Now hurry, hurry, go on to the altar. I know you ain't a pimp, but pimp, remember what I taught you. Keep your heart, 3 stacks. Keep your heart, hey, keep your heart, 3 stacks. Keep your heart, man, these girls are smart. 3 stacks, these girls are smart. Play your part, play your part.
My bitch a choosy lover, never fuck without a rubber. Never in the sheets like it on top of the cover. Money on the dresser, drive a compressor. Top notch hoes get the most, not the lesser. Trash like the fuck for $40 in the club. Fucking up the game, bitch, it gets no love. She be cross country, giving all that she got. 1,000 a pop, I'm pulling billions off the lot. I smashed up the gray one, bought me a red. Every time we hit the parking lot, we turn head. Some hoes wanna choose, but them bitches too scary. Your bitch chose me, you ain't a pimp, you a fairy.
Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the show. The number is 404-382-0338. Happy Friday to you, Stewies. Shouts out to my man, Jeff Fox, the Jeff Fox Show. He says, thanks for the love, Doug. Yes, I am giddy about Lonzo, just like all Laker fans. P.S. McGregor totally effed up in Brooklyn yesterday, called 50 a bitch, and tried and failed miserably to suck up to black people. Finally, Sam Cassell Jr., I didn't know there was another. Laugh out loud. I'm going to touch upon the McGregor Mayweather third press conference yesterday evening in New York, in Brooklyn. But yeah. Sam Cassell got another. There's another Sam Cassell walking around out there. Sam Cassell's son, and he looked just like his daddy. Hey, listen, a couple little NBA news and notes. So Paul George, man, was traded to the Oklahoma City Thunder. Y'all know about that. But the Pacers actually talked to the Golden State Warriors about trading for Klay Thompson. That's right. Paul George joked that he didn't think the trade to Golden State would fly with the league. Here's a quote. Yeah, I think that would have been, the Chris Paul to L.A. situation where they denied that trade, George said, with a laugh referring to the infamous 2011 deal that was vetoed by the NBA Commissioner David Stern. Paul George thinks a little bit too much of himself. I mean, doesn't that statement sound like that Paul George feels like he's the superior player? No. Paul George and Klay Thompson, that's a very even trade, in my opinion. Klay Thompson's a way better shooter and scorer, probably. I don't know about scorer, but he's obviously one of the top, 5 shooters ever to play in the NBA. So says a lot of the experts and the analysts. No, I mean, Paul George, don't pat yourself on the back too much. Yeah, I think that would have been the Chris Paul to L.A. situation where they denied that trade, George said with a laugh, referring to the infamous 2011 deal that was vetoed by the NBA Commissioner David Stern at the time. Whatever, Paul George. The Pacers sent George to Oklahoma City for Victor Oladipo and Domantas Sabonis on June 30th. So what? That ain't nothing. Victor Oladipo and the Sabonis kid, Sabonis young boy? What? No. I really think that's very disrespectful to Klay Thompson. I don't know how that's going to work. They're trying to be one of the teams. Oklahoma City's talking about trying to add another piece possibly down the road. But right now, Westbrook and Paul George, I mean, I think they'll win a couple more games, but I don't think it's going to lead to them, making it to the NBA Finals, beating Golden State, anything like that. I definitely don't think that. And also, lastly, one more story. The New York Knicks right now are kind of slowing down on proposed deals for Carmelo Anthony. It was pretty much talked about over the last week that they were close to having a deal done where they were going to involve like 3-4 teams and send Carmelo down to Houston and play with Chris Paul and James Harden. So now they brought in a new GM, and they're kind of slowing down a little bit, trying to reassess the situation as they sign or are about to bring in. I don't know if the deal's actually signed. They're bringing in executive Scott Perry from the Sacramento Kings to be their new GM. And so they're kind of wanting to wait and see and try to figure this thing out and take their time with Carmelo going to Houston. I don't know. I know we got a lot of people that listen to the show that reside in Dallas or reside in Texas, period. How do y'all feel about that? I think we got some cats in here that listen to the show from Houston as well. How y'all feel about Carmelo, James Harden, and Chris Paul? Like, it's already too much right now. It's already 2 guys in Houston that have to dominate the basketball. Like, there ain't enough basketballs to go around for Harden and for Chris Paul. And you go bring in Carmelo, the all-time biggest ball-dominant player that I've ever seen? Shit. All right. Hey, they like it. I love it. I mean, whatever. And you got to remember as well that Carmelo has already had like a rocky relationship with Mike D'Antoni. D'Antoni was the coach of New York Knicks, and it seemed like I remember during that time that Carmelo didn't like the way that he coached. You remember Mike D'Antoni he wasn't there long. His time at the top in New York was short like leprechauns. And so seemingly it didn't work out. I actually heard some comments from D'Antoni and talking about the time when he was in New York with Carmelo, and he was kind of like non-committal. It was like, yeah, we'll see. And you really can't talk a lot about him or whatever because of the collusion rules. But he really didn't sound too excited about the prospects of bringing Carmelo onto that squad. So very, very interesting, man. Very interesting summer in the NBA, to say the least. Let me read some more of these messages in the chat on Spreaker.com. Make sure you cast your vote. Yeah. From, who do we have here? That boy Chucky, Zone 3's finest. Man, this airport is hella super busy. So you still hadn't gotten on the plane yet. Or maybe he has by now. from the Jeff Fox Show. Remember to support the Jeff Fox Show if you can stand it. Support the Jeff Fox Show PayPal. So Jeff Fox has requested some people to check out his show and listen. As I said yesterday, as I talked about yesterday, man, we got some great shows on WSME. Some fantastic shows on WSME. Very entertaining, man. Guys know their stuff. Entertaining once again. And then next week, we have some huge news about WSME that's going to even be big, better. Trust me, you will want to stay tuned to this big news for next week. From Thalpay, my two favorite groups of all times. Maybe he's talking about UGK and Outkast, the International Players Anthem that I came back from the break room. From Sin, Sam Cassell spreading his ugly seed. Yeah, from RC and McGregor's disrespectful Floyd's baby mama too. Oh, I didn't even see that part. I heard about all the other things and him dissing 50 Cent or whatever. But I didn't even see the part where he said something about the man's wife. Now, one thing I will say about Floyd, you listen to the Doug Stewart Show, and I believe that they have to have had some real clear boundaries set forth in contract. You know, that if somebody hits somebody or if somebody, spits on somebody or gets too close or touches faces or whatever, that they're going to lose some money or something, because the restraint that Floyd is showing, man, is just incredible. Like, these guys are literally a half a centimeter away from each other when they have the little stare down, and McGregor's talking ish and spitting and fussing and all of this stuff, man, and walking in the, we don't like people just walking up on us real quick. And if you've seen this footage, man, McGregor's just walking up in Floyd's face. Floyd's doing the same thing too, man. But I really don't have a lot of patience for Cat just running up on me like that. I don't. And at some point, you would think instincts would just come into play and somebody would take a swing. But that hadn't happened. They've had 3 of these now, and every day it seems like it's gotten more and more contentious. And, yeah, man, I don't know, man. I don't do well with people just running up on me and getting into my space, like right in front of my face and talking trash. So Floyd has had a lot of restraint, and it has to be something that they've talked about. Like, listen, we want to push this thing. We want to promote it. We want to sell this thing, okay? We do, but if y'all get into a fight, somebody breaks their hand, which is very easy to do. You hit somebody in the damn head without a glove on. Somebody breaks a hand, and the damn fight is off. Okay? So you go out there and ham it up, but we need you to step back a second right before y'all really, really start to throw fisticuffs, because we got to get this money. And I really do believe, man, that they've talked about this, that this whole thing is just a big promotional stunt. They may not like each other, but they can't not like each other this much. they don't even know each other. So I think the whole thing is just a big, big show. But still, even if I know it's a show, you walking all up in my personal space, spitting on me and shit? No. I don't think I could do it. I don't think I could do it, man. That is very, very tough to ignore. We're going to get more into that later. When we get back from the break, it will be hour number 2 of the Doug Stewart Show, the funnest show on turf. Don't go away.
I'm about to come up on 100 stacks. I want money broke as fuck. I